Welcome back, guys. Today, we are going to use a couple of trucks as an example of how many tools are the right amount of tools to carry with you in your truck. Now, this is going to vary widely depending on what you're doing, depending on how far away from home you are, depending on if you're a tradesman or you're just driving your truck to an office, during the weekday, and then maybe you're doing some work on the weekends. So here's my philosophy on all this. So, example number one is my 2005 Silverado. This truck is used as a daily driver. I drive back and forth to, the office I work in, the manufacturing facility I work in, whatever. And it really never leaves the area code, more or less, right? Maybe a 2-hour trip somewhere away, out and back kind of thing. Never goes too far. So in this truck, I've got a complete mess in here. But what I have is an incredibly rudimentary thrown together toolkit, featuring things such as wooden screwdrivers that are super old. This is actually a nice screwdriver though. I've always liked this thing. But anyway, super old tools, kind of rickety pairs of everything you might need, but like not the highest quality version of it. Something like these, just random pliers and things I've gotten over the years. The spare tire jack should be up there. We'll just leave that there. And if you go in here, I've got, so first of all, more screwdrivers, flatheads. I've got a really old pair of needle nose, all that kind of stuff, okay? I've got a pair of just these like random leather gloves. They're kind of neat. Just like if it's winter time and you gotta like do something underneath the truck. Just again, this is super low budget, just not anything fancy. We don't need a really high-end toolkit in this truck. I just want something to kind of get me off the side of the road if something stupid breaks. And if anything more important breaks, guess what? I'm calling a dang tow truck because I'm only 10, 20, 30, 50 miles from home anyway. So I'll figure it out or call a buddy up. Wrenches, roller wrenches is like a no-brainer. We'll get to this later. Don't worry about that. Gotta have duct tape. Gotta have zip ties. There's more than one zip tie. That must have fallen out. Like old school tape measure. This Flex Seal tape crap. This rescue tape. You claim anyway. You can save like a transmission line or a coolant line in a pinch if you have to with this stuff. And it's an old truck, although a lot of that stuff's new. You never know. Got some sockets down there. Wow, this toolkit got really messy. I haven't opened this in a long time. I'll have to organize this after the video. But anyway, we've got a whole row of impact sockets. At one time, they were nice and organized. Clearly, they aren't now. We got a hammer. Again, just random tools. Things I've acquired. A cheater bar. Super old sockets. Just random Chinese brand. Actually, this is a USA. It's a Blackhawk. But anyway, a lot of just kind of mid-grade sockets, if you will. The cheap Harbor Freight multimeter that does actually work. I actually expected that battery to be dead, to be completely honest with you. But anyway, just stuff like that. So this truck has a very rudimentary toolkit. And again, it's good enough for what I'm doing. Now, I need to organize all this, clearly. And I want to kind of consolidate all of this probably into this one bigger bag. The reason that this bag is here is because it has this is just a junk bag, to be honest, but it's got jumper cables. It has an inverter in it for some reason that doesn't need to be in here. It's got some random bungee cords. And guys, you'll see in the later part of this video, this is completely out of character for me. I'm pretty much an OCD neat freak, and this is like not how I do things. But it's kind of freeing for me, being that I'm so anal about my organization. This is kind of nice. Oh, there's a second tape measure in here. Well, that's fun. Look at that. We got everything. We've got rear differential bearings for a GM 10 volt. And the reason these are in here, this is so bad, guys. These are in here because once upon a time I had the rear end in this truck rebuilt. And a couple of years later, I wound up having a carrier slop because they didn't press the bearings on correctly. So over time they walked in on the carrier and so then the whole carrier had play. So I jammed some shims in there and the rear end's been good ever since. But I don't trust that the rear end will last forever. And I've been carrying the bearings around as if I'm going to, on the side of the road, cobble it together to get myself home. So these aren't in here for essentially no reason. But alas, they're in there. They really don't need to be, though. that's a fun story. I've got the rest of the spare tire changing tools in there, so I got to make sure they stay in the truck. Again, this crap just needs to be organized. A lot of this stuff I'll just jam under the seat and organize nice there. Get rid of these bags. I have my dog's crate. I can always pull that out, put it in the bed of the truck, fold the seat down. I can have some passengers if I want, that sort of thing. So this is definitely not the way to do it. But even though it might not look like it, there's a lot of good usable stuff in here that will get you out of a pinch. So your toolkit could be as rudimentary and unorganized and simple as this, and it will probably get you out of a fair amount of bad situations, you know, and just key things like wire butt connectors. Man, these will get you out of a pinch. And then, like in the glove box, I've just got a plethora of like, ooh, I have a spare pair of sunglasses in here. Oh yeah, they're broken. Why am I keeping this? We're getting rid of that. That's kind of not necessary. But a lighter, this is one that comes in handy for like survival kind of stuff too, which I'm not worried about again in this truck, but definitely comes in handy for melting the butt connectors and stuff. This is not anymore because I don't tow with this truck, but these are important to have if you have a truck that doesn't have a 4-pin. I'll find myself trying to tow a trailer in a pinch and I don't have a dang adapter for it. So I like to leave one of these in the glove box. And what is this thing? Huh. Apparently I have a USB-C. I have no idea why I have this. Oh, it's a charger. Oh, it's a USB to USB-C and iPhone charger. Well, that's interesting. But anyway, battery terminal connector. These things love to kind of strip out and get weird on Chevy, so I like having one of those. Most importantly, on an old truck like this, a random assortment of fuses and a couple of plastic clips go a long way. If something starts flapping in the wind or you bust a relay, go to your local junkyard and there will be a whole plethora of essentially free relays and fuses that you can take. I don't know, some places charge for them, some places don't care. You'll have to figure that one out for yourself. Yeah, so just, it's a bunch of random crap and it's not well organized, but it is everything. For example, I went to help somebody and I needed my better electrical diagnostic tools. So this is the bag from my Ford F250, which I'll show you in a minute. And here's more of an example of kind of a power user tool setup, if you will. So we've got a much better organized tool bag here. Again, all your screwdrivers and a little bit higher quality stuff, nothing too crazy, you know, random cutters and pliers and stuff. We've got a bag of hammers. We've got all the sockets. We've got various, you know, Allen wrenches and stuff in here. Torques. We've got a pretty complete set of tools for doing most normal jobs. We've got ratchets. We've got our whole plier kit, all nice and labeled. Our wrench roll, spare tire tools in stock location. Got an axe for like cutting wood in a real pinch. Tape measure for doing stuff. This is that same electrical bag that you saw in the Silverado. That's where it lives normally. But this has like a nicely labeled multimeter bag and a nicely labeled oscilloscope bag. So, you know, this is how I normally keep my stuff. Nice and organized. I know where it is. I know what it is. This is another multimeter for current, you know, has a current clamp. And then these butt connectors and zip ties stay with the other truck, so I need to get them back in the other truck. But, you know, so everything in that truck, as you'll see, is organized like that. A little bit of foreshadowing. I've got one of the best tools to have on the road with you, which is your impact gun. It just makes the side of the road repair so much quicker. I've also got a power drill in there, all that kind of stuff. There's some random odds and ends in that bag over there too. Kind of some like survival-y type stuff, nothing too crazy. And then what I've got is, let me just try to shovel some of this stuff back in over here. You know, and I've kind of used all these containers such that they actually fit in the truck pretty well. You know, a lot of guys will just take their tools and chuck them in there, and hey, that's fine. You saw me do that in the Silverado, but if you organize it, you can then fit a lot more stuff without eating up your floor space. You can have passengers and all that kind of thing. What I then did is, please hold, it's kind of hard to get to sometimes, added this pull tab. You can buy this right on Amazon. It allows you to fold this seat forward, And then I've actually got an old laptop bag, but there's more kind of tools and stuff in there. There's a container of tools in there. There's some random, you know, paracord and stuff in that one. There's a strap behind that seat. I've got a tire filler upper back there. There's a jump pack in here. Just all the things you could really want on the road, you know, in your truck. So this is, if you're going long distances and you do have the ability to fix things on your own, you'd be kind of crazy not to empower yourself to have the tools you need to fix the things. I don't care how much knowledge you have. If you don't have the tools, you can't do it. And then in the bed of the truck, I've got a container of, there's grease, there's like sandpaper for just some odds and ends. If you gotta clean like a bearing surface, some Scotch-Brite, some rags, a funnel, random rubber hose. Just, there's actually like spare transmission fluid and brake fluid and stuff. Just kind of all the little things you might need. You know, that's stuff I didn't want to put in the cab, but you know, all come in handy if you're, again, on the road, stuck on the side of the highway and you're trying to get yourself out of a pickle. So these are all good things to have. But anyway, you can be a real redneck about it, and you've got an assortment like this that is not well organized. You may find that it is a pain in the butt to find what you're looking for. Everything's strewn about. You're on the side of the interstate. You're trying to fix something quick. This isn't the best way to go. And as always, thanks for watching. God bless America, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.